Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today I tell about my best whiskies from September 2016. You will see this video in early till mid-October 2016, and the date matter on which I taste the whiskies in reality. So I'm not sitting here taking a video every evening. No. I put 3 or 4 together and taste them in a row, so that I'm tasting whiskey just once a week. That's good for my health and good for my time spendings. And then they come out day after day, sometimes interrupted by whiskies together with my son or whiskies from him alone. And I put the best whiskies from inside a month at a side, and after the month I'm thinking about which of these whiskies was the best, or were the best, the 3 best. Last month there were only 2. 2 or 3. So I tasted less because it was vacation time, and I tasted less. And whenever I taste a lot of whiskies to cover the upcoming weeks, because sometimes I'm off on business trips, so I have to take the videos not constantly but concentrated. And so there is this my time span, my timeline, and your timeline in our vlog on Whisky.com, and those timelines are different. And here, in this case, my timeline counts. So the first one is this Loch Ness whiskey. It's cheap, it's colored, it's chill filtered, it's blended, it's everything, but it's cheap, and it shows a wonderful character and taste for this cheapness. And this is because this is bottled by a small independent bottler, not that small, but a smaller one, not a mega company, a global active mega company, but a small one with a dozen or 2 dozen employees. And there's less on overhead and bullshit jobs on marketing and whatever. So you get more whiskey for your money and less advertisement. Well, there's this Loch Ness monster on top. Yeah, if you empty this bottle, you will see this monster as well. But this small company is able to give you more in taste of taste. And this one is, well, it's not that bitter as typical blended whiskies are. Because I think they use better casks, not 3, 4, 5, 8 times used casks for 3 years, so that there is every vanilla, every caramel, everything is out of the cask, just the tannins from the oak wood remain for maturation, and then you get this very old and bitter taste, which is common to a lot of blended whiskies. I don't like those blended whiskies. But this one has no extreme bitter aftertaste. So this one is really better. It is cheap, around 20. So it's a definite buy. The next one is just the opposite of everything. It's old, 20 years. It's unchill filtered, it's uncolored, it's produced from local ingredients, local barley. And see this color, it's sherry cask matured, it's cask strength 55.3. So it's everything opposite of the other and is voluminous. So you see, when I tasted this bottle in front of the camera, it was filled like this, and today it's just half gone. I had friends, and all those friends told, yes, in the next morning there was still the aftertaste, this heavy impact in their mouth. This comes first from the high alcoholic strength, but also from these very, very intense sherry casks. Oh, wonderful. But I, for myself, have to say that you have to be careful with this bottle because there are a lot of, aromas in it which might lead to a headache. Some of my friends told me about that. I just have only a sip because I'm tasting so many whiskeys. I have to calculate my yearly intake of alcohol very, very strictly. Yeah, so this one is wonderful, wonderful. Highly recommended. So if somebody would have said 10 or 15 years ago, Deanston is one of the best distilleries in the Highlands, I would say, no, they changed completely under the different ownership from a, really difficult whiskey. This old 12 years old with this green-blue card box was awful. Whoa. And then with this virgin oak and the new ones, all with those 46.3% ABV, wonderful whiskies. And this, the 20 years old, with the Oloroso sherry cask, is top of the line. Really, really wonderful. But costs more than 100, I think. Yeah. The last one for this month is the 30-years-old Laphroaig, which I tasted with my son. And it is cask strength, 53.5. So for 30 years, they just lost 10 percentage points, basic points. No, basic points were, percentage points. So this cask must have rested somewhere where the humidity is high and the temperature differences are low. And I think it was the warehouse is very close to the sea at Laphroaig, where the temperatures are really low and very constant through the water, and the humidity is high due to the water. So there the casks rested, and they were ex-bourbon casks. And after this long time of maturation, the subtractive maturation, where all the bad tastes in a whiskey get less and less, took place over 30 years, but the addition of extra aromas from the cask was very low. So they changed casks to fresh ex-bourbon casks and boosted the taste of the whiskey through those ex-bourbon, first fill ex-bourbon finishing casks. And the result is wonderful. It's a young, vibrant whiskey on one side with fresh aromas, and on the other side, it's an old, mature, complex whiskey. The smokiness got less and less. There's still significant smoke in it, but not that stinky as the 10 years old, and a lot of more aromas. So the price is very steep. It's over 1,000 because it's very rare, because it was produced during the big British recession in 1985. And during that time, people had no money left over in Great Britain to pay for whiskey, so the cash flow in the distilleries was very low, and they had to cut back production so that there were only very few casks filled, and that those old 30-year-old casks are still, or were still over. Wonderful. Very, very good idea. But those refilled casks that were left over they left them over because the better casks were filled for the customers, and what to do with the old ones, and then they said, well, we finish it with ex-bourbon casks. So, wonderful whiskey. Yeah, I think I keep it for myself. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Next month there will be another video about the 3 best whiskies I had in October. And feel free to share this video with your friends. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and look in our whiskey database if there's somebody already there giving tasting notes to this whiskey. Thank you very much.